What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Happy 2022. This is Bill. The channel is called KO Bets. We're doing something a little bit different. You know, my NFL picks this year, it wasn't the best. We had a really nice year in 2021 picking UFC fights, finishing over 70% on the money line. So we were really good over there, but NFL, man, it was like all year. Make money on UFC, lose it on NFL. So today, in week 18, after missing week 16 and 17, I'm back. But we're going to do Sunday, instead of like Sunday's Best, it's going to be Sunday's Bets. And I'm sure someone already has the name of this, because it never ceases to amaze me how many people, like, no matter how good my idea is, how many people already have the same idea. It's fantastic. So one of the ideas I took from other people is you just put three letters in sequence in your description somewhere, AMC, and I am a supporter of AMC. Some people who don't support the company also do that. So I figure, it's better than some negative stream talking about it. So I'll come out here and I'll answer questions that I can. But I am clearly a gambler, not a financial advisor. All right. So, real quick. Last week I was took the week off. Not like the 3rd through the 7th, but the 27th through the 31st, between Christmas and New Year's. Took the week off, went to Arizona, had a great time in Arizona, played a little bit of golf, went hiking, hung out with the family. Everyone's significant other came on the trip, and it was just a good time. I got this for my candles. It's an electric lighter, wind resistant too. Watch this. Pretty cool. So I don't have a candle up here right now, but I'll probably do that on one of the streams eventually. We'll get into some candles. So Arizona was a blast. Scottsdale. Went back to work last week. In Chicago here, we had like some pretty cold evenings this past week. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really exciting going on. You can see the bed behind me, the backboard. Just took that off because it was blocking the window in our bedroom. I wanted to let more light in there. It's so heavy though, so I need a little bit of assistance moving that. And I'll just have to wait until there's an opportune time to do that. So today we're just going to go over some of the, let's not pick every game. That's something I think we can all, something we can all appreciate is and I'm almost 30 years old. Like the building blocks, right? The steps. It doesn't have to be all or nothing all the time. Realistically, it just, nothing works out that way, or nothing sustainable works out that way. So it's just, it's keeping a level head. Like I said, 2021, it was a lot of making money on UFC and losing it on NFL. So maybe that tells me I should stay away from NFL for a little while, which I'm probably going to. But, we can at least talk about it. We got the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. So the Indianapolis Colts, today I'm really focusing in on, and we'll just pull up the standings on ESPN, but I'm really trying to focus in on the, here, I'm going to mute the desktop audio in case some videos play. I'm just trying to get the standings here, and I'm really trying to hone in on these games where teams have something on the line. Um, so the Colts, as you'll see, they're playing for something. You know, they're 9-7. Could they potentially leapfrog? I don't know if they have a win against the New England Patriots. It says the New England Patriots are clinched, but I don't think their spot is clinched necessarily, or the Bills. You know, they might have a win over one of those teams, I think. But they obviously have to win to secure, ensure they have a playoff berth. They're playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, just a real bad team. So the Indianapolis Colts here in this game, they're 14-point favorites. I did put a little bit of money on this, but I also teased it down a little bit, the line. I think the Colts, you always say, could they do it? Yeah. Should they do it? Yeah. But there's just something about that 14-point line I don't love, so I'm just trying to pull it up here. So I teased it down to 9.5, minus 9.5, which is minus 165 odds instead of minus 115 odds. So I'm basically going with a touchdown and a field goal as opposed to, um, the full 2 touchdowns plus an extra point. Also, if we're looking at the time of this game, it's earlier on in the day. There's zero incentive for Indy to sit out any players or potentially, toss this game. So um, I like them in this today. I do like the Tennessee Titans as well. They're 10.5-point favorites. I teased that down to 9.5, just like with the Colts. They're at Houston. Again, though, with Kansas City winning yesterday, if Tennessee wins, they get that 1 seed and they get a bye week. And Derrick Henry might come back healthy after that bye week. You can't sleep on the Tennessee Titans, but again, Tennessee taking on a real bad Houston team. A lot of incentive there for them to win that game. So I like them in this contest by 9.5. The odds on the 9.5 spread were minus 125. So instead of minus 110, you're just making sure if they win by a touchdown and field goal, you're basically giving yourself a little bit of little bit of more less risk out there, right? You're putting a little less risk out there. It might. No one's watching right now, so who cares, right? If someone tunes in from my DraftKings league, I do like. I like AJ Brown in this contest. He had a great game 2 weeks ago, and then kind of came back down to earth. But I like AJ Brown in this. So I'm using them in my lineups. I mean, who knows what's going to happen in this Pittsburgh-Baltimore game. Again, a lot of incentive is there for Pittsburgh to win this game. They are just on the outside looking in, I believe. But they're not eliminated yet, and same with the Ravens. So I think if you're targeting daily fantasy players, this is a great game to look at here too. You think about like the points that these teams can sometimes give up. Now, I think when they played each other, it was really low scoring, over under 41. But I don't know. Their defense is not good. Pittsburgh, their defense is probably a little bit better. I don't know why they have the over under set so low. I do like Najee Harris, Deontay Johnson, Mark Andrews with I think his name's Huntley or something at QB. He seems to be getting a lot of target share, so I like him. I'm not betting on this particular contest. I'm just highlighting it as a contest I like for daily fantasy implications. Sounds like Joe Mixon's out, so you could use like Samaj Perine. I know on DraftKings he was 5,300. I opted to go with, I think, Vaughn instead of Samaj Perine. I just kind of perceive the Cleveland Browns line to be a little more stout than the Carolina Panthers, the defensive line. Even though, I mean, Samaj is kind of like a north-south kind of runner, real, stocky and strong. But Vaughn's impressed me for the Buccaneers, and I think Ronald Jones is out, Fournette is hurt, so it's Le'Veon and this Vaughn guy, and I like Vaughn. Then going on, we've got the 49ers taking on the Rams. I think I just skipped over a bet I made. Yeah, okay. So, New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills. There's incentive here for the Bills to win. You see it. Right now they get one home game, but they could potentially. I'm just trying to think. So it'd be Tennessee. 1, 2. How many teams do we got highlighted here? 5. So, it cuts off at the Chargers. So right now we got Tennessee, Los Angeles going to Tennessee, Indy going to Cincinnati, New England going to Buffalo. Man, there's gotta be incentive for. I mean, there's incentive for Cincinnati to win, but Joe Burrow is sitting out. I can't imagine the Bills wanna face the Patriots. Yes, John. My fantasy leagues are done. I'll talk about that. I'll maybe share the final score, but in short, the person I went up against, John. Congratulations to John. Not you, John Callahan. A different John. He put up. He had Jamar Chase. First of all, so he put up like 61 points just from that spot, but he put up over 200 points in PPR, like standard PPR, which was nuts. And I put up I put up more points than anyone else all year. What do I think a good prop bet for today is? So something I was laughing about to myself was like the Indianapolis Colts. If you look at the Indianapolis line, it's minus 1,000, and I really like Indy. But what's funny is if you go to touchdown scores, it's not great, but Jonathan Taylor's minus 300. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know if it's funny, but it was something I was like entertaining. It wasn't funny, but it was something I was entertaining, like, and then I ultimately settled on the Colts by 9.5, I think I said, right? As far as prop bets, so an interesting one is like Saquon. He looked really good against the Bears. I think you could do some interesting, like over under 51.5 yards. I think you could probably do over there. Saquon just seems like, I hope he comes back to full strength. He just seems like a really, hard worker, and like the fact that he was out there rushing for 102 yards against Chicago last week, and they only put up, I think, 3 points, and they were getting blown out, had Glennon at quarterback. I just think he deserves a little bit of credit. Is Jake Fromm starting for them apparently, but yeah, I mean, come on, over under 51.5. That seems pretty doable. I wouldn't necessarily count on them scoring, but that seems pretty doable. I know Washington's got a good, defensive line, but I think that's doable for a player like Saquon. Another interesting prop bet. Well, I threw out Jonathan Taylor minus 300. I think we'll have to see what the line is for receiving props for AJ Brown. And dang, 23.5 yards for the over-under for his longest reception. That's tough. It's really tough. I think AJ Brown's going to have a day, so I feel like he's going to go over 66.5 yards, but as far as like his target share today, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of incentive, like I said, for Tennessee to win today or play to win. I think AJ Brown's really good, and Houston is just not great. I think that's an interesting prop bet. Let's see. Oh, I took New England Patriots. I think just money line. There's a lot of incentive for them to win. It's just traveling down to Miami. There's just something about afternoon games in Miami. I said this, I think, with the Bills traveling down there, and then they won like 40-0. But yeah, I think there's a lot of incentive for them to win. I didn't pick them, but I do think there's some incentive for New Orleans to win. You can see they're not yet eliminated. And what's interesting about New Orleans is like if they win and San Francisco loses to the Rams, who have some incentive to, I mean, realistically, if they want to keep that 2 seed and just have home field advantage until potentially Lambeau, what's interesting is like, who slides into this 2-0 against Tampa Bay, and they would slide into this spot traveling to Tampa to play Tom Brady round 1. Arizona going to Dallas, and then Philly going to Los Angeles. Just kind of interesting, and I think the easiest matchup is probably for the Rams in that case with Philly going there, but yeah, just a lot of incentive for New Orleans to go out there and win. I've been avoiding New Orleans this year for a majority of the second half. Just a little bit too inconsistent for me to bet on. I think Pittsburgh against Baltimore, I think that might go. I know they always play each other close. I kind of like that one to go over 41. For tonight, this is, speaking of games with a lot on the line, you can see the Chargers, Raiders. This is for the last seed. I mean, potentially, depending on what the Colts and Steelers do. It could be for the 7th seed. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. But very interesting game, and the Raiders are underdogs. I kind of like the Raiders. I'm not going to make a decision on that one right now. I mean, the Chargers are healthy, right? but I don't know. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. I also want to go into the NBA today. I just saw there were some interesting things. Okay. Bet the 3 for 3s parlay here. What is this? Oh, it's something with like players. Okay. I don't know if I love that. Fred VanVleet over 3 and so 4. Zach LaVine 3 3-pointers made. Anthony Edwards. Yeah. Anthony Edwards, I can tell you already, he's gonna fuck you on that. That's not a good bet. We got the so I like to go to NBA.com. Let me set up my tripod here. Here, we'll go to NBA injury report. Love this. I love how like organized it is too when you pull it up here. So, Brooklyn Nets taking on the San Antonio Spurs. I think I like the Nets in this. I'm just pulling up. I'm trying to determine if I even. So they're minus 510. The San Antonio Spurs. I mean, Derek White's an important piece. Thad Young's an important piece. Doug McDermott's an important piece. Keldon Johnson, he's their rookie small forward. He's an important piece. I think the Brooklyn Nets should comfortably win this game. They are 10-point favorites. I'm going to go with the Nets on the money line. Their defense is pretty bad. I think it'll be actually better today because Kyrie and LaMarcus are out. But, pretty bad defense in that game. What just happened? Okay. I didn't see, the Clippers have yet to submit an injury report. If Paul George is out, you could, that's the thing. If he's playing, like, the Clippers stand a chance for sure, depending on what the rest of the injury report looks like, but, I don't know. You gotta kind of watch this stuff. I do like, as another bet, I like the Toronto Raptors on the money line today. I think the Raptors are a really interesting team, really tough team. When I think about like what the Raptors could potentially need, honestly, it's just like more shooting, but that's what everyone needs. They're a really interesting team to me. Super athletic, like really long. Scotty Barnes I love Scotty Barnes. Pascal Siakam, Chris Boucher, or is it Boucher? I'm trying to think who else. Fred VanVleet, obviously, but just really interesting team, good team. Like them a lot, especially with New Orleans. They've got Josh Hart out, Thomas Satoransky, just two pretty important ball handlers for the New Orleans. I don't think I took Washington traveling to Orlando. Washington, okay, Orlando has yet to submit one, so I didn't make any decision on that. Washington's got some players out. And it is a road game. I don't think they necessarily warrant the minus 7-point favorite status, but they could win by 7. Oh, I do like Denver. Denver's just like, everyone's hurt, and just look at these guys rolling. It's Clay's back today. That's amazing. I forgot about that. How exciting. Jackie Moon. I got him on my fantasy team. I don't know if I'll start him, but okay. Look at Denver holding on the 7 seed, right? One game above 500. And the injuries, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter, like they just important pieces. And Jokic just keeps being productive, keeps the team moving along, keeps getting wins. West is starting to look a little bit better. Honestly, the league is I think it's just really awesome this year. And I mean, a lot of that's to do with the fact, like, my Bulls are up here, right? In the 1 seed. But just the fact they're competitive is super awesome. And the East looks really intriguing to me. The West looks really intriguing to me. Yeah, but I like the Denver Nuggets on the money line today. I'm not sure if yeah, I mean, I kind of like Minnesota here, but I didn't take them in this. I don't know what the injury report looks like. Pat Beverly, yeah, not too many people out. Jordan Bell already out. Wow. And for the Mavericks, I think Luka's gonna play. I think I'm a Bulls fan, so you can say what you want. I'm taking the Bulls in this. I like them to win this game. They're a tough team. The Bulls are. They're a good team too. I like Golden State. And then if you look at the oh, here we go. Damian Lillard out. CJ McCollum out. So if you got a daily lineup, you could play like Gary Trent Jr. He should get a lot of ball handling duty, responsibility, and whoever their backup point guard is too. De'Aaron Fox is questionable, but the Kings draft like their first round pick every year is a point guard, so they probably got a backup for him. I'm just kidding. I know they have backups. They have Halliburton, Mitchell, so they'll be good. Yeah, so those are some of the games I like. As far as like the night game tonight between Memphis and the Lakers, just waiting to see the status of LeBron. I mean, the Grizzlies haven't even submitted one yet, so it's a little bit tough with the status of so many players and COVID and stuff. You know, it's just so fluid. You got to keep an eye on those injury reports. And then if we talk, I want to give my NFL predictions here for the playoffs. So assuming all things stay the same, which I think they will. I think the Raiders could sneak in for the AFC, but I think things are gonna play out in the standings. I do think New Orleans could sneak in today. So I would still take Tampa over New Orleans, even though they haven't beat them yet. I just take them. So I think I'm gonna go with the Packers to win it all. They're gonna beat Tom Brady and the Buccaneers in the NFC. conference championship game. In round one, the Los Angeles Rams are going to whomp the Philadelphia Eagles. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to beat the New Orleans Saints. The Saints sneak in. And then Tom Brady, and then I think Dallas, after losing to Arizona earlier this year, I think they win at home in a close game. But then I think they, in all likeliness, either Dallas or Arizona, I just think they lose to the Packers. I think the Dallas, the Cowboys, Bucks, Rams, Packers, they're all could represent the NFC. I just think their QB play for the Rams is a little bit inconsistent as of late. And then as far as Dallas, it'll be interesting to see what their run game looks like in the playoffs. Out of the AFC, I like the Bills. They're starting to establish the run. Out of the top teams, like them and the Patriots play defense, I think the best. So I think the Bills are gonna represent the AFC. So they're gonna. Hopefully, New England isn't their first round matchup, but I think they could beat New England at home. Indianapolis going to Cincinnati. I kind of like Indy in that. And then if the Chargers are traveling to Kansas City, I'll go with the Kansas City Chiefs. Then, all things staying the same, I've got the Bills going into Tennessee, beating them in the first round. And then I would have the Colts going to Kansas City and the Chiefs beating them. So we've got the Bills against Chiefs in the AFC championship game. And then I've got the Bills beating Kansas City in Kansas City to get to the Super Bowl. Packers beat the Bills. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's get into some MMA stuff. Here, I want to go to division rankings. That's what I want to do. And maybe talk about, what I see happening here. So we've got, this is a fight coming up, Francis Ngannou taking on Cyril Gane. I'm not gonna lie, Cyril Gane's the most talented heavyweight I've ever seen. He's just really good. And Francis is really good too. Dangerous KO power. Cyril Gane's he's good. So I think Cyril Gane's gonna win the belt from Ngannou. I don't know what that means for Ngannou's UFC career moving forward with the contract discussions ongoing, but I kind of like Cyril Gane. So I guess I'm picking who I think is going to be the belt holder at the January 1st, 2023. I think it's going to be Cyril Gane. As far as light heavyweight, I like the Yuri Prochazka. He's pretty violent and brutal. Corey Anderson's, okay, yeah, he's no longer in the UFC. Okay. Alexander Rakic is really good too, but I think Yuri's gonna be the belt holder. January 1st, 2023. Middleweight, if I'm being honest, I, I'd like to see, maybe Sean Strickland push up there because he's a tough dude. I think it would be a fight similar to like Izzy versus Gastelum, where both guys would be pretty beat up in that fight. I don't know if they fought each other in the past. I can't remember right now off the top of my head, but we'll probably see Whitaker take on Izzy. Regardless, Adesanya's good. I see him keeping the belt all year. Um, this is a cool division, uh, but I kind of think Kamaru's meant for the, he's gonna keep the belt all year. It's looking like maybe there could be like a Leon. Maybe we've seen him beat Gilbert. Vincent Luque would be, I think, someone new that could potentially go up there. Sean Brady, really good grappler. I just don't think he'd fare well on the feet at all. It'll be interesting to see where Hamzat gets on this list. I think the way things are going in the division, like Sean Brady just beat Chiesa. I think maybe Sean Brady is trending towards that. Where's Bilal? Where's Bilal Muhammad on the list? I mean, I think Bilal probably he could definitely get a title shot. Leon Edwards could get one. I think Colby's probably not going to get one this year. He's just got to, maybe look for a money fight or something. Do something to kill some time, but, he lost to Usman twice. Same with Jorge. Look for some money fights. Hey, look at each other. Gilbert Burns. I could see him maybe getting another chance. Vincent Luque, I could see. Sean Brady's interesting. He didn't look great standing against Chiesa, which was concerning. We've got Charles Oliveira. In all likelihood, facing Justin Gaethje. Islam's interesting. I think so. I would like to see Conor fight someone like new that he hasn't fought before. I would like to see Islam Makhachev get a title shot this year. I'd like to see Gaethje get a title shot against Charles Oliveira. So this year I'm hoping to see Islam and Gaethje get a crack at Charles. So I guess I'm hoping Charles retains the belt in that case. Because if he loses to Gaethje, like, would they run it back again? Perhaps. If he loses to Islam, would they run it back again? Perhaps. I don't know. So I think Islam I'd like to see get a shot just because of the grappling aspect, and then obviously Gaethje because of the striking prowess would be very interesting. And I think Charles would probably have a tougher time with Gaethje, in my opinion. Volkanowski Max Holloway. I think Holloway gets the belt back this year. In all likeliness, he's going to fight for a third time against Volkanowski. Volkanowski has had a great title run. I just think Max is better. It's tough to bet against Volkanowski's competitiveness, always. Like, he is so competitive. But I think Max could be the belt holder in 2023. This division, it's got to be Yan. Peter Yan he's sick. He is good. I'm a Brandon Moreno fan, so I think Moreno retains it. I do like potentially so this guy's interesting, Kai Kara France. Askar Askarov is very interesting. Oh, they're fighting each other. That's cool. Davison Figueiredo is fighting Brandon Moreno again for a third time in a row. He's getting it for a third time in a row. I think Juliana Pena. I think Irene Aldana or Ketlin Vieira. I think someone's gonna beat Juliana Pena in all likeliness. Pena's a tough fighter. I just think there's some better strikers that could potentially beat her. Valentina Shevchenko, she just seems pretty focused and dangerous always. I don't know. Talia Santos could potentially get a shot. I don't know. It's just tough to bet against Shevchenko to retain that. Rose Namajunas, she's just so good. She's beaten Zhang Wei Li now twice. She won via split decision last time, so they might run that one back again, but I'm a big Rose Namajunas fan. I think she, in all likeliness, retains that belt at the end of the year. So, I think we're going to wrap it up here. Good show. Had a lot of fun hopping back on stream again. We do have a UFC event coming up on the 15th of January here. So this Saturday we've got a UFC event. I forget who's fighting in it. It might be Giga Chikadze. What's Holly Holm on here for? Okay, Calvin Kattar versus Giga Chikadze. Oh, he's getting Michelle Piera Lima is getting a shot to get in the top 10. Chattanooga, Brandon Royval, Chase Sherman. Interesting. Okay. I got a little bit of homework to do, it looks like. Brian Keller, Dakota Bush. Okay. That's a cool poster, too. It's like the purple and gold. Lakers, baby. Yeah, I think we're gonna hang it up for today. I'll sign on Friday of this week. We'll do the UFC show on the 14th of January, sometime that evening. Probably shave today. I gotta see customers tomorrow. I gotta go up into Wisconsin, so Yeah, I'll probably shave. It's time. It's time to buckle down and get serious and be professional. I'm gonna make some breakfast. Someone just Snapchatted me some eggs and stuff. I'm gonna make some breakfast, probably go grocery shopping today. Maybe watch some of the football games, but to be honest, I think I want to just do a little purging of clothes, get rid of some stuff, take it over to Goodwill. Good riddance. Good day. I'll get some music before I sign off. We could pull up some music. Let's see. So I was uh, over vacation in my last stream. I did a one of those sniffing salts. Just to be clear, like there's so why I got them was because I heard like instead of taking pre-workout, I would take pre-workout like White Flood or something like that, super high caffeine, and like I don't go to the gym currently. When I would go to the gym, um, you like I would get these migraines that would work up the back of my head, and I attributed it to this pre-workout that I would take, and they were so bad, like I would lose my vision, kind of like not good at all. So, um, my buddy, he had a smelling salt, and I tried it, and it was like, it's not pleasant. Okay, I bought a box of like 25 of them 3 years ago, and I think I've got like 22 of them left. So there was this idea, instead of taking pre-workout, you could smell one of these like a football player, and then so I did it a couple times in the parking lot, go stomping into the gym. It's very like, it's a very offensive smell in the sense like it burns. It That's literally all that happened. It burns. Like you smelled. Um, it's like horseradish times 100. Eating a big or wasabi, but worse. And it's more of like a chemically uh, manufactured. Clearly, get it out of, like, as soon as it gets under your nose, you're pulling it away from your nose. It's ammonia. It's offensive. It's not good. But that's the story behind the smelling salt. I had it because it was in the car. I put one in the car. I was like, oh, this will be good if I'm like ever on the road. I do sales, traveling. I'm like, this will be good if I ever need to like wake myself up. And I don't want to drink coffee all day or something like that. I'll just wave this under my. Never even used it in the like 3 years it's been locked up in my car. So that's the story behind that. I thought it would be funny, but then whenever I try to explain it to people, smelling salts, they're always like, whoa, that's heavy. And then all of a sudden I feel like I'm admitting like I used like some sort of hardcore drug, and it's not that at all. And but it feels like that when I'm explaining it to people. Like, they're like, I'm like, it's really offensive, it's really bad, and they're like looking at me like, why would you do it then, dude? And I understand that, but yeah, I don't know, it's not anything too serious at the end of the day. I'd love to share a video, but I got copyrighted. So just look up like Boxer uses smelling salts for pre-workout sometime. You'll see these videos of crazy like power lifters holding them up to their nose like, and then they go and lift a freaking house. So it's a thing. I do have some, but it's not like Yeah, it's not like good, but I guess if someone fainted in my house, I have a means of waking them up, so that's kind of cool, I guess, right? It's like the equivalent of knowing CPR. No, it's not. It's not. But you can wake people up if they do faint, typically with something like that, because it is so offensive. Bye.